Hey y'all, it's Miss Star. Welcome back to the Learning Moms ATL. So today we're going to be talking about how God actually healed my son from being non-verbal to verbal. And we're going to talk about it today in this video, so let's get right into it. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about a thing. All right, I want to walk y'all through what happened, and this is a very personal story, but I want to share it to bless any mom that I can. So a couple of years ago, I had moved from Chicago. I'm from Chicago to Florida, Orlando. I really wanted to go to Florida. I felt like the Lord wanted me to go to Florida. I love Florida. I had a corporate job. Baby, I was making money, okay? So I was like, yeah, we're going to Florida. So we get to Florida, and I'm not gonna lie to you. So I'm a single mom, and this is my first time actually living by myself. Before, I was living with my mom and my brother, and my brother was helpful. I'm not even gonna hold you. My brother was helpful, but I completely went to living by myself, and that was a complete shock. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, when I tell you I was a complete shock, it was a complete shock. But I think it was a new overwhelm that I had never felt before in my life. But I'm also still trying to keep up with work. So I started getting really behind at work. I mean, I'm sleeping late. Like, I started getting behind on working my job, and I'm like, man, I got to keep up the job because I need the money. So I'm like, the job became a really important factor. Okay, the job became a really important factor. So I'm living there, and before we left, I'm just gonna throw this in because it's gonna make sense soon. But my daughter was in gymnastics class for a little bit of time. She was doing gymnastics. Somebody gifted us to gymnastics class, and that was her first time doing that. So we're in Florida, we're living, but I'm very much a TV mom. I'm working 8 hours of the day. I can feed you, and we might go for a little walk when I'm done outside. I ride the scooters. We live very close to McDonald's. I mean, not even a 5-minute walk. Like, it was just like right there into Panera. And so I'm like, okay, maybe when I'm done, we can do that or go to the park or something like that. But that's all I got for you because I'm tired, and then I can give you food. So that was the kind of mom that I was. Kids was taken care of, kids was fed, but I was not present. I really wasn't. The kids watch VeggieTales, okay, because I did not play that. Y'all not finna just watch anything. Y'all gonna watch some good shows about the Lord or something. So they watch VeggieTales, or some other shows that they had liked, but that's pretty much what they watched until one day. It was just like, y'all, God opened my eyes, and my son, he was watching VeggieTales this one day, and his eyes was so locked in, and I'm like, wait a minute. Then I think this same day or the next day, I noticed he pointed to something in the refrigerator, but he would not say what he wanted. And I'm like, Asher, say what you wanted. Say what you wanted. And I will always say, like, say what you want. But it was just like God opened my eyes this one day, and I'm just like, well, why he not doing it? So anyway, all credit this to the Lord, because I wouldn't have known to do this. I was only 23 years old, y'all. I think I was 23. I was a young mom. So it's like, so I said, okay, we're cutting the TV off for the whole week. We cutting the TV off. So I did cut the TV off. And I'm like, no, you're going to speak, and you're going to tell me what you want. At first, he would not do it, and he would be crying. He would be crying. Oh, like, he wouldn't say anything. Like, he would be whining and pointing, and he'll pull on me, or he'll do something, or he'll do a certain thing. And so I cut the TV off, and I went to the Dollar Tree. Y'all, me and Dollar Tree got a good thing going on, okay? Because where I lived at, it was all the stuff that was close to me. So I went to Dollar Tree, and I went there and just picked out different stuff. So he was too. I go there, I'm like picking up blocks, I'm picking up little Legos, I'm just picking up different stuff I never even seen before. And I'm gonna tell you the reason I'm picking it up is because I'm like, okay, I have this idea all of a sudden to, like, okay, let's find something for him and his sister to do where they could play together, and like, it don't gotta be extra girly and stuff like that, because she was getting into the little girly stuff. And I'm like, let's find something that everybody can do. So at first, I remember I took it home and I laid the stuff out, and he was not going. He was not trying to mess with it. But okay, that TV not coming on. So it was just like, eventually, like a little bit of time, and he started to play with it. He started to engage. I rebuke this in the name of Jesus Christ. He started to engage with the things that I had actually bought, and he started to engage with his sister. And I noticed that when I watched it, he started to say certain words. He was starting to say stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, and his sister was like helping him say stuff too, but he was starting to say stuff. And I would even do counting with him, and he was more open to repeating it. Y'all, this was the baby who we FaceTime family, say hey. He wouldn't say anything. He could say hi, but he wouldn't say nothing else. He might say hi or he might wait, but he would literally not do anything else. He smiled, he laughed, joyful baby, all the things, but he just was not doing stuff. And even when it came to pointing to food he wanted, he wouldn't say one word, okay? So I remember also too praying over him, it was a miracle that Jesus had did. It was a man who was deaf. I think it said deaf and dumb in the Bible, and he actually couldn't speak, and God opened his mouth. I believe he said Ephata. And so I would be speaking that like over my son, like and praying for him like that it would be open. And like over time, like, I mean, that is literally what happened. And so cutting the TV off and then also praying for him and then him just having that interaction with his sister helped him so much. Eventually I ended up putting him in soccer, and that gave him something to do, something that he liked doing. But that was really what happened with him. I turned the TV off and I started to make him like say stuff. I took away his option for me to give him stuff that he would not say that he wanted. I stopped just dealing with that crying and the screaming. It's like, okay, you can scream, you can cry, you can do what you want, but you have to tell me something so that I can help you. Y'all, that was the most hardest challenging season ever in my life, because it was so hard, because it's like, who want their kid crying all day? And it is, sometimes it's not pleasant. Let me just tell you, it's not a pleasant sound, okay? But turning that TV off, and we did it, I think we did it for about a month. It was about a month or two that I had turned it off. So when I would be working, they would be doing something. They would literally be playing, doing Play-Doh. They would be crayoning. They would be doing something else, and it gave them something else to do with his time, and it gave them language for each other. Now, if you have siblings, right, or children, you have two children or plus whatever, and they have still siblings, the siblings actually can help each other, because like the younger child. Yes, baby. Huh? What happened? Okay, come here. Hey, y'all. The kids called me. But it was just like it was the most beautiful experience, because it was like taking away the thing that I thought they needed, which was the tablet, or in my case, the TV and my computer, because I would be working on my work computer, and I didn't, they didn't have a tablet yet. But it's just I took that thing which I thought they needed away, and yeah, he fought me on it at first, but then it like really helped him. And I noticed ever since then he had been able to learn. He started speaking some words. He was able to talk and connect, like, and play even more with his sister. Now he had language for things he could play, and he would be telling me about it. So that's the story that I want to share on how God healed my son from being nonverbal to a talking child. Because although the process wasn't extremely perfect, it took times. And then even after that, right, let's just say I started to introduce TV again. They did not watch TV for as long as they watched it before, and then I would take frequent TV breaks. We still do this today, because I wanted to be a mom where it's like, nobody's watching TV, you're not playing any games or anything like that. But then I was like, well, for some stuff it's not realistic, because even with my children being homeschooled, and homeschool programs, they're on a computer. So all games aren't bad, all TV isn't bad. It's just it shouldn't take the place of their learning, and it shouldn't take the place of their mental health and mental capacity. So I always say we take TV breaks. We might take them all day. We might take them for a day. We might take them for 2 days, whatever the case may be. So I do that though to help them. And my son now, he plays chess. He learned how to play chess. He learned how to play chess at 4, like towards the end of 4. Coming into 5. He learned how to play chess, so he's doing that now. He really likes it. He's really good at math. He takes directions very, very well. Like, he has a lot of analytical like types of thinking, and he likes to build things. And so my entire point of saying this is sometimes we're putting labels on children, and God can literally heal these things. And also, we have to stop with the tablet and the phone, and oh they gotta have this so that that they can live, or so that they can do this and this and this and this and that. And it's like, no, I've met so many parents who children are like crying over the tablet. Babes, if you start crying with over a tablet over here, the tablet is gone. We're throwing it out. Because it's just like, you don't have to do that. We can play with everything in moderation. But I've met parents who like, oh, they need this, so they're gonna cry. Oh, they're gonna need this, and it's like they don't need it. They think they need it because you keep giving it to them. And my kids thought they needed TV. They thought they needed all these things because I kept giving it to them, until I did not keep giving it to them. And now they know, even today, like they know, hey, we can take a TV break immediately. Once I take a TV break, TV off immediately. And it's just like, your kids only are going to do what we as parents allow them to do. So if you're a mom and you're struggling, you have a child who's maybe nonverbal, maybe autistic or anything like that, I just want to encourage you to, one, go against the grain. Don't sit there and take a diagnosis or anything that you think they're struggling with as the end, because God can heal your child. But also, two, take the time and the energy to like invest in them and invest in their learning and see what works for your family. You're gonna have to push past their attitude. I know you don't want to, but you have to. You're gonna have to push past they're not wanting this or not wanting that, or them not liking this. It's a trial and error. And just because they react to something very poorly for 3 days or 4 days or for a whole week, that doesn't mean you just be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this because they really don't like it. Maybe they just are having a fit because this was never in their schedule, and it's gonna take some time and some compassion to work with them, but that thing gonna break through. Okay, so I just want to share this for how God healed my baby from being nonverbal and how that situation was for me. And so this is a completely functioning child now, and I really only give credit to God, because at 23 I would have never thought to do that in my life. I wasn't watching educational videos. I wasn't in school for teaching. Like, I wasn't in school for any of it. I was attempting to go to school for psychology, I think maybe even IT or something like that. But I just wanted to share that with any mom who might be feeling discouraged or feeling like your child's never going to speak. That's not true. Don't go against the grain. Go against the odds. Defeat the odds. Stop listening to what people are saying. And even if your child is acting up about what you're saying or trying to implement, keep doing it. I don't care. Keep doing it. The reason you're going to keep doing it, okay? Because that what a man sow, he also going to reap. And eventually, right? I remember my son, he would not sit down to be read to at all. He would not sit down at all. And I mean, I was about ready to say, I'm not going to read to him because he not listening. He ain't listening. But no, I would keep reading to him. And even when he would be trying to climb on the couch and do all this other stuff while I'm reading to him, he is listening to me, because I'm not going to stop reading to him or stop helping him because he's acting a certain way. Eventually, he stopped doing that. Eventually, okay, he sits down and read. But, he still has moments. I'm not going to hold you where he want to get up when I start reading. Absolutely not. If you feel like you have to stand up, okay, you can stand up. Or if you feel like you got to move around while I'm reading, okay. But now I can ask him questions about what it is that he read, right? Because now I done kept reading to him, so he's listening. And just because you're not still while you doing something doesn't mean that they're not listening, right? You want somebody to sit down and have a full undivided attention. You want it to be like a strict classroom, and babes, it's not a strict classroom. But just because he's moving around, I mean, you can ask him questions or ask your child questions, ask him things about what you read. Hey, we just read this book. I just read this book to you. Steve, what was this story about? Now, what we read about? And you might feel like your child ain't listening because they playing around. Them kids be listening. So don't give up hope on your baby. Don't be speaking no word curses and all this negativity over your baby. Like, give your baby the time that they need. You got to do it. You got to do it. It's not really an excuse. Because even if you give them to a speech therapist or whoever the case to help them, those things are also good. I think those things are also beautiful. But you don't want someone who is just acting a certain way with the speech therapist and then acting a certain way with you, and now everything is so hard all over again. It doesn't have to be like that. So I just encourage every mom to take the time to, spend and be with their baby and, help your child read. Give them what they need. Give the child what they need. But my name is Star, Miss Star. I'm 27 and I'm a mom of 2 and currently in Georgia. So I'm going to be building community eventually and having in-person meetups. So if you like this video, thank you so much. Share with another mom. Okay, period. In Jesus' name. I'll see you later. Bye.